The magical violet land of Darion was once ruled by Garakias. His mastery of magic made him immortal, but he found ruling an empire more challenging than conquering it. So, he installed 4 monarchs of unquestioned loyalty into each of the 4 kingdoms of Darion. These rulers were his own children.
To my firstborn son, Elson, I bequeath dominion over Arammon and the Sigil of Earth. No more thriving or beauteous land exists, and this worthy son will build an even greater kingdom, the marvel of the ages. To my second-born, Thesh, I give Zon of the Sigil Wind. Wild Thesh, born huntress, this is your fated home. A timeless, unspoiled paradise of beasts and haunted echoes of Kandra wizardry. And Loken, third-born and evil-bent, I crown you Master of Taros of the Sigil Fire. A crown of thorns though this hard land might be, you will tame this dangerous realm, or it will tame you. Finally, fair Corinna, sprite of the sea, you shall rule wave-washed Veruna of the Sigil Water. Answer true the water sigil's call to brave horizons in ships of wide beam and billowed sail. Garakias, Mage Emperor of Darion.
Garakias had one more legacy for his children: 4 Kandra artifacts. These gave each monarch mystic powers to rival his own, as well as immortality. If used wisely, these powers could bring new prosperity to the land. But if the force of mana were ever misused, it would slowly but surely bend and twist the children of Garakias. Beyond that threshold lay disaster, not just for one ruler or one land, but for all of Darion. Within a century, each had absolute rule over their respective land. A century later, Garakias, the man who had united the known world, vanished without a trace. For 1,500 years after the Mage Emperor's disappearance, the 4 kingdoms of Darion saw skirmishes and warfare, terrorism and piracy. But strict adherence to Garakias' magical discipline kept borders secure, until an incident described by one eyewitness as all hell broken loose. This was likely the end of the world. In the kingdom of Arammon, Emin the messenger approached the town of Abiad, accompanied by a small band of soldiers he encountered on the road. What happened next would send shockwaves through the whole of Arammon. In a letter to his wife, Emin would write of this: "I could hardly have anticipated the unholy holocaust that was Abiad."
Yes, sir.
Moving out. Moving out. Moving out. Moving out. Moving out. Moving out. Moving out.
Yes, sir. My lord. My lord.
My bow is yours. My bow is yours. Moving out. Moving out.
For the first time in Darion's history, demonic forces had been unleashed. An undead army had been sent to wreak havoc in Arammon. Though Emin survived, time was running out for those left in Abiad. They must get word to the coast garrison. Emin tried to calm the panicky soldiers and townspeople.
Friends, fear not the dead. Would you run from some addled crone or a palsied infant? Such is this so-called army. These are victims, not victors. Now bury your fears and get us to the garrison. Emin the messenger, Abiad.
My bow is yours. Moving out. Moving out.
My lord.
Moving out. My bow is yours. Moving out.
My lord. I'm going!
My bow is yours. Moving out. Moving out. Moving out.
What do you want? What do you want? I'm going!
My bow is yours.
I'm going!
Moving out.
My lord?
Moving out. Moving out.
My lord? Yes, sir!
From the walls of the garrison, Emmon sent word of the invading horrors to the Lord Commander of the Eastern Realm, who concluded an ancient prophecy had come to pass. He wrote to King Elson.
This necromancer of Teros, King Loken, has gained a new power. The dead walk in broad daylight. The natural order is overturned. This day was foretold in the Book of Darion. Only one thing can protect us. The heart of Thesh, a relic lost since the time of the Kandra. I have this day directed my most trusted soldier, Joreth of Haldane, to retain a squadron of hand-picked volunteers, to mount a quest for the heart of Thesh, wherever it may be in Darion.
Scholars in the capital consulted ancient scrolls and tablets. Several references to the heart placed it in distant Veruna, near the city of Lothal. The expedition was soon underway, but Joreth's escape was blocked. Hordes of undead swarmed around the garrison.
Yes, sir! Yes, sir!
My mace is yours.
Moving out.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
My bow is yours.
I ride. I ride. I ride. I ride. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. I ride. Yes, sir. sir.
Across the sea from Arammon, the seafaring land of Veruna was also under attack. The assailants were monsters of a size and nature never seen before. Behind these attacks was Zon, a land of mystery ruled by Thesh, a huntress. This was no random event. It was Zon's task to drive a wedge between two allies, Arammon and Veruna. Keeping the two powers separated was essential for the invasion of Arammon to succeed. Creatures of the air descended on Veruna like angry bolts from a thunderhead. Back in Arammon, the Tarosian invaders pressed forward, though the element of surprise was no longer on their side. Arammon had begun to fight back. The army of undead and demons began to see their first losses. Their leader, the ruthless Tsar Golan, rallies the restless army.
Deathmongers, Deathbringers, rise and offer black peace to the miserable breathers infesting this vile living land. Long live King Loken, Prince of the Dead. Tsar Golan, Field Commander, Host of Taros.
A town would need to be eradicated.